early afternoon, 12:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, October 28th, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So XRP's come out with, Ripple.com. If you want to find this information, go to Ripple.com. They've released a Q3 2022 XRP Markets Report. So read the latest XRP Markets Report on the state of crypto markets, quarterly XRP sales, relevant XRP related announcements, and Q3 developments. If you want to find this, just go to Ripple.com, go to the blog section, and it has the trending on Ripple. This just came out today, and it's really cool. We're going to go through this together. So this is going to take a minute. Sit back, relax, and after we get through with the intro, so you got a minute to take a piss, you can roll a joint, you can do whatever you got to do, grab a cigarette, whatever your forte is, but you're going to sit back, relax, and there's some information that will help you better understand what's going on in the world of XRP. And I want to address this real quick. I keep getting asked this question, and I've been getting a few emails, which is funny. But if you want to buy XRP in the USA, go to my video description below, and MEXC is you can buy XRP, and even IOTA is there. You don't need a VPN. You don't have to, there's no spot fees, no KYC, but you can use it there. You can even futures trade up to 200x there. So just click on that link in my video description. I also have BitGet, but they're starting to regulate in the USA. So if you're already on there, great. But if not, you need an alternative to buy your XRP and then send it somewhere. Like I love UPHOLD too, so you can also go there. But their spot fees are insanely high. But it's for a reason. It's a business model. So we're going to get into this. But as this time goes forward, and not only the economy, but the way the worldwide... Well, yeah, the economics, but as inflation takes hold and the world currency from country to country, their native currency is devaluing and the focus turns more to silver. I think silver is the number one investment you can make right now. That's been my opinion for a long time. I've been buying silver for a few years because once I realized what I realized, it's so undervalued. I mean, you're talking back in the 70s or 60s, silver was at $50 an ounce. And we're at where we're at right now. And you can get it for under $20 an ounce right now. Slightly over with spot. Or with over spot fees. But I think Ripple, XRP, with the ODL, the on-demand liquidity, it's going to end up being a way of paying things. It's going to be the transformation from a note and out of the dollar system, after the US dollar especially uses reserve currency. And for the rest of the world, if they need an alternative, they're not just going to have gold and silver. It's harder to move around from country to country. You're going to need something that transfers digitally. And I think that's where XRP comes in with Ripple and the ODL and RippleNet. But mainly, RippleNet doesn't need XRP. What needs XRP is the ODL part, the on-demand liquidity. That's all I care about. RippleNet's great, the rest is great, but they don't technically need XRP. What needs XRP is the ODL part of it. The on-demand liquidity needs XRP for that liquidity purpose to move the money from point A to point B. That's the bottom line, and that's why the ODL part of it is what I focus on. So the relevance of XRP and being able to move money worldwide, it's immense. It's immense. Swift already announced again yesterday that they're moving back their implementation of the ISO until March 20th of 2022. So take that for what it's worth. I shared an article on it. Got almost 1,000 views, so not bad. So things are going, but they're not going as fast of a pace as everybody thinks. I've been sharing this a lot on the ISO station. I haven't shared as much stuff on there because it just almost got to 1,100 people real quick, and it's just too much. With this station, with my TikTok, with another, it just becomes a lot. So that's how I look at it with XRP. So now let's look at some of the numbers. Q3 2022 XRP Markets Report. And if you like XRP, if you agree with what I'm saying, please hit that like button. And I can promise you one thing, if you're watching me and not subscribed or haven't joined Tom's Army yet, you can say whatever you want about me, you can make fun of me in the comments, but there's one thing you cannot discredit. I'm the most consistent person on YouTube. I come here all the time. I'm here 4 to 5 times a day, and there's nobody who comes here more consistently, more regularly, and doesn't care if it's going up or down. I'm here, period. So that deserves, that's something. Consistency. There's one thing you can respect, it's somebody's work ethic. And I'm here every single day, and I haven't missed a day in 19 months. Not one day, no matter what. Haven't missed a single day. Ripple publishes the quarterly XRP Markets Report to voluntarily provide transparency and regular updates on the company's views on the state of crypto markets, including its quarterly XRP sales, relevant XRP-related announcements, and commentary on market developments over the previous quarter. As an XRP holder, Ripple believes proactive communication and transparency are part of being a responsible stakeholder. Moreover, Ripple urges others in the industry to build trust, foster open communication, and raise the bar industry-wide. So the notable takeaways: Ripple's XRP holdings are below 50% of the total outstanding supply for the first time. We talked about that on this morning's update. On-demand liquidity went live in Brazil, a key market in LATAM. Total XRP sales by Ripple, net of purchases, were $310.68 million versus $408.90 million USD the previous quarter. So slightly down. Down 98 million. Key highlights: Ripple XRP holdings. Across Ripple's various wallets, the amount of XRP held for the first time is below 50 billion or 50% of the total outstanding supply. Critics have pointed to the company's XRP ownership as an indicator that the XRP ledger is controlled by Ripple. This is not true. The XRP ledger, XRPL, uses federated Byzantine consensus to validate transactions, add new features, and secure the network, which means that each validator node gets one vote regardless of how much XRP they own. Ripple currently operates 4 out of 130 plus validator nodes on the XRP ledger. Crypto market summary. In quarter 3, the macroeconomic environment continued to experience considerable volatility in response to geopolitical and economic events ranging from a further escalation in the Russia-Ukraine war to declining economic health in the Eurozone and the UK. In addition, a persistently strong U.S. labor market and stubborn headline inflation prompted what some perceive as a hardline stance toward bringing down inflation by the U.S. Federal Reserve. The U.S. dollar remained strong against all other paired assets, with the U.S. dollar index climbing above 114, a level not seen since 2002. This has been the primary contributor to tepid price action across crypto and FX markets, such as Europe, GBP, JPY, and other emerging market currencies. That said, crypto markets showed signs of resilience by outperforming asset classes such as equities, bonds, and FX over quarter 3. Bitcoin outperformed the S&P 500 by over 5% and outperformed U.S. Treasuries by over 8%. During September, which was a subsequently red month for equities and bonds, crypto found strong support across tokens and projects and managed to trade mostly range-bound. This led to a near-term decoupling of correlations, with Bitcoin to S&P at 0.5 and with XRP to S&P at 0.2 to the 1. At the beginning of Q3, these numbers were materially higher. Leverage in the system remained constant. While trading volumes and open interest lingered at median values for Bitcoin over the last 2 years, there was a meaningful return to pre-crash levels in Ethereum. Furthermore, concentrated efforts to bring critical traditional market leverage infrastructure to crypto were visible. These range from prime brokers, clearinghouses, OTC derivatives desks, and uncollateralized lenders. Notably, Ethereum's widely anticipated upgrade to proof-of-stake, referred to as the merge, crossed the finish line after years of experimentation and testing. The merge played a large role in anticipatory positioning and price action by participants, but ultimately had little impact on the markets. That said, the effects of the dramatic shift in tokenomics of Ethereum are still being realized by the market and will take time to materialize. While equities continue to sell off and crypto companies maintain hiring freezes and conducted layoffs, announcements of strong funding deals with respectable valuations were seen. FTX announced it had at least $1 billion to spend on acquisitions and bailouts, and weeks later the company won a bid to buy Voyager's assets. In addition, FTX was also rumored to be buying Celsius and to be in talks with investors to raise another round at a valuation of $32 billion. Lastly, MEXC closed a $110 million round led by Temasek, and Pantera announced its plan to raise a second blockchain fund. While new money entering the industry remains at a 12-month low $3.3 billion this year versus $7 billion last year, according to Crunchbase, this still indicates that conviction, sources of capital, and outlook for the future continue to be seen as positive. The NFT market slowed down with $1.8 billion of traded volume last quarter, which was 80% lower than the same quarter last year and 76% lower than Q2 this year. As NFT activity slowed, marketplaces struggled for volume. In response, key players brokered new partnerships to expand their reach. For example, OpenSea launched natively on the Layer 1 blockchain Avalanche, adding NFTs from the Avalanche blockchain to its online marketplace. OpenSea's dominance was challenged by competitors like Magic Eden and X2Y2 as they gain more traction. Like, I'm not reading all of this. I want to get to the XRP part, which is what I should have done in the beginning. But it's good stuff to read. Let's see. It all ties into this. That's why I had to read some of it. But we're gonna. So here's an update on the XRP lawsuit. Where are we at here? I mean, there's a lot of stuff to read through. That's why I suggest, like, we got to here, and then we got the metaverse. But I mean, we could keep reading all the numbers. But now, global regulations. Last quarter, the White House released its first ever framework on U.S. crypto regulation, focusing on key issues such as illicit activity in the digital asset space, a potential U.S. central bank digital currency and stablecoin regulation. These guidelines follow an executive order issued in March of this year, calling on federal agencies to examine the risks and benefit of cryptocurrencies. The SEC continued its game of regulation by enforcement while still not providing any clarity to the crypto industry, despite many clamoring for thoughtful policymaking. SEC Chair Gary Gensler repeatedly claims that crypto regulations have been clear for years and the industry does not need any specific rulemaking for projects issuing tokens. In addition, he remarked that multiple federal agencies overseeing securities could undermine market regulation, which only underscores there is a lack of alignment on how to regulate crypto. The Digital Commodity Exchange Act, DCEA, which was introduced earlier this year, seeks to designate the CFTC as the federal agency charged with rulemaking and enforcement of reporting requirements in digital commodities, similar to the current requirements in commodity derivatives market. How Congress chooses to deal with this issue will remain a core area of activity throughout the rest of this year and likely into 2023. The industry applauded European Union lawmakers as they finalized the Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation, MEXC, which established a single set of rules across Europe for crypto regulations, balancing both innovation and consumer protection. In the UK, the new Economic Secretary to the Treasury, Richard Fuller, stated that the UK government will press forward with its plans to become an international hub for crypto despite the recent leadership changes. South Korea Interpol issued an arrest warrant and a red notice, respectively, for Dukan, the developer behind the collapsed stablecoin Terra USD. South Korean prosecutors also ordered the freezing of nearly $40 million worth of crypto assets tied to Kwan, as well as notice of order for return of passport. Thailand's largest crypto exchange, BitHub, came under regulatory scrutiny from the country's Securities and Exchange Commission over insider trading following that. Siam Commercial Bank called off its plan to acquire the exchange. On Tuesday, September 13th, Ripple and the SEC filed their respective summary judgment motions. Under seal, unsealed versions were filed and made public on Saturday, September 17th. Ripple's filings argue that SEC is acting outside their legislative authority and not looking to apply the law. Instead, they are looking to remake the law in the hopes that it can permissibly expand their jurisdiction far beyond the authority granted to them by the Congress. On October 21st, both Ripple and the SEC filed public versions of their opposition to the other summary judgment motion. In addition, after being ordered 6 times by the court over 18 months, The SEC finally produced the documents related to drafts of Hinman's infamous 2018 speech, which included remarks on why he did not consider offers and sales of Bitcoin and Ethereum to be securities transactions. Since Hinman's market-moving speech, the SEC continues to deliberately create ambiguity, instead of providing clear guidance and uses that ambiguity to bring enforcement actions to stifle crypto innovation in the United States. In terms of the next steps, in November, the SEC and Ripple will file reply briefs, and from there await the judge's decision on the motions. Ripple will continue to fight this case so that the industry can get the regulatory clarity it desperately needs to ensure crypto innovation can flourish in the United States. And now, the XRP Ledger and NFT space. Bellman, the French fashion powerhouse, unveiled the Bellman Thread, its NFT project built on the XRP Ledger in partnership with Mint NFT. The Bellman Thread is the brand's addition of the club, which is Mint NFT's membership, loyalty, and rewards products. As part of this community, members will have access to in-person and virtual events, rewards, community voting, privileges, and more. In addition, Ripple announced the second wave of NFT creators through the Creator Fund. By leveraging the XRP Ledger, creators can take advantage of the blockchain's low-cost, instant settlement functionality and built-in royalty structures. The cohort of recipients built tokenized use cases specifically in entertainment, media, and music. See here for a full list of recipients launched a year ago. The Creator Fund is $250 million program to help creators with the financial, creative, and technical support needed to explore and craft NFTs and other tokenization projects on the XRP Ledger. XLS20 update. In Q1 2022, Ripple developers proposed XLS20 to introduce native NFT support to the XRPL and provide developers access to NFT minting, trading, and burning functionalities. XLS20 will also bring advanced features like automatic royalties, co-ownership of assets, and more, without the need for smart contracts. Version 1.9.4 of Ripple introduced a new amendment to the XRP Ledger XRPL protocol to mitigate a potential denial of service attack against non-fungible tokens NFT issuers. Shortly thereafter, Ripple configured its 4 validators to vote in favor of activating the XLS20 amendment on XRPL mainnet. While Ripple is supportive of XLS20, the outcome of enabling XLS20 is up to the collective XRPL validators. As of 10/17, over 80% of the validators voted in favor of the amendment, and the community anticipates the amendment to go live in Q4 2022. On-demand liquidity go live in Brazil. APAC growth continued. Q3 2022 was a strong quarter for on-demand liquidity, as Ripple entered new markets and customers continued to leverage ODL for use cases beyond individual payments such as treasury and bulk payments. Notably, Ripple partnered with Travelex to launch ODL in Brazil, which will initially allow transactions between Brazil and Mexico. Brazil is a key market for Ripple, given its importance as an anchor to business in Latin America. Through this partnership, Travelex Bank can offer more affordable cross-border payments to their customers by eliminating the need for pre-funded destination accounts, while delivering near-instant settlement and providing 24/7, 365 access to liquidity. New and existing customers announced their use of ODL for treasury flows, including FOMOPay, a Singapore-based institutional digital payment solution provider, and longtime customer iRemit, one of the largest non-bank remittance services providers in the Philippines. By expanding its use of Ripple's on-demand liquidity ODL solutions, iRemit is now able to improve its cross-border treasury flow with the greater access to liquidity and real-time settlement. Disciplined, responsible stakeholders. Q3 sales and purchases last quarter. Total XRP sales by Ripple net of purchases were $310.68 million versus $408.9 million USD the previous quarter. Ripple has continued to sell XRP only in connection with ODL transactions, and ODL volumes have ramped up as Ripple's ODL business expanded globally. As has been the case since Q4 2019, Ripple did not conduct programmatic sales and has no plans to do so moving forward. Summary of Ripple's XRP sales in the million. Q2, Q3. So 2.125 million and 2.819. So you can see the numbers in front of you. So nothing, I don't think anything is surprising based on what we're seeing in the current market setup. 1.717, 2.505. So purchases are up in Q3. Total ODL related sales are up in Q3. Net sales are down in Q3. Global XRP volume is down in Q3. The ADV value, so dollars and millions is down. Total XRP volume is down. Net sales is down. So Ripple has been a buyer of XRP in the secondary market and expects to continue to undertake purchases as ODL continues to gain global momentum. Total sales by Ripple Net of purchases ended the quarter at 0.42% of global XRP volume, according to Crypto Compare Top Tier. Leases. Certain wallets that are being used for XRP sales also provide short-term leases of market makers and participants. This is worth noting given they are often incorrectly interpreted by market participants as sales. XRP associated with leases are ultimately returned to Ripple. The total amount of leases outstanding in Q3 2022 was 91.1 million XRP. So reported volumes and prices. Take a screenshot. For the majority of Q3, XRP ADV remained in the 600 to 800 million range, with the exception of meaningful pickup in daily volumes towards the end of the quarter. Escrow in Q3 2022, 3 billion XRP were released out of escrow, 1 billion each month, in line with prior quarters in the official escrow arrangement. In total, 2.1 billion XRP were returned and subsequently put into new escrow contracts throughout the quarter. For more information, you can go there, blah, blah, blah. XRP interoperability. XRPL's interchain operability expanded in Q3 as Poly Network integrated XRPL into its cross-chain bridging system. This is the third large-scale bridge to add XRPL after both Allbridge and multi-chain integrated the XRP Ledger earlier this year. XRPL on-chain activity. So this is on-chain 630 compared to 930. Trust lines slightly down, but holders slightly up. The total number of trust lines in the quarter decreased by over 1 million as a number of token projects lost transaction during the challenging quarter. With that said, the number of unique holder wallets notably increased, reflecting a growth in users on XRPL. The Solo token, the flagship token of Sologenic, was the most actively traded on-chain this quarter, excluding XRP, GateHub USD, and Bitstamp USD. Were the most actively traded stablecoins on XRPL. And keep your eye on Solo. That's a big player. Building with the XRPL community, last quarter there were a total of 102.6 million transactions on the XRP Ledger, with 56 billion via 152.8 billion XRP in volume. The highest single day volume on DEX reached 4.4 million. Let's see how much more we have of this, because I would really like to continue reading all of this. Heirloom announced an 8 million raise, co-led by Ripple and whatever, to create a no-code toolkit that will help enterprise firms enter the Web3 ecosystem. Built on the XRP Ledger, Heirloom's software enables enterprises to mint and track a variety of Web3 assets such as non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and verifiable credentials. VCs. Stinger, a music integration platform for gaming and the metaverse, announced its music integration in an upcoming free-to-play battle royale game, Maladroids, on the XRP Ledger in participation with blockchain developer on XRP and Ripple. This collaboration will see an in-game radio station with a curated playlist of electronic dance music, EDM, in partnership with music label Armada Music, including an industry-first movie to release new tracks from Tom Starr and Kreider, two major artists of the genre. Blockchain and crypto is uniquely positioned to support, so tokenization of carbon credits on the XRP Ledger. Blockchains, and if anybody doesn't know what carbon credits are, literally they're selling carbon credits because with the new Green Deal and yada yada yada, companies have to meet the carbon credit threshold, so you can literally buy carbon credits. So if you put out too much pollution, you can just buy carbon credits to offset it. I'm not even joking. Look into it. Maybe I'll release an update about it one day. Blockchain and crypto is uniquely positioned to support and scale the carbon credits market by solving issues around transparency, traceability, and verification. As such, the industry is seeing carbon removal players and climate fintechs lean in to leverage this technology, including the XRPL. Last quarter, Thallo teamed up with Ripple and others to help its first-of-its-kind blockchain-based marketplace. Leveraging the XRPL Thallo's platform will solve the problems with liquidity and pricing in today's carbon market, making it easier for individuals and corporations to buy and sell high-quality carbon credits. In addition to Ripple invested in Carbon Title, a company that is helping the real estate industry to achieve its carbon-neutral goals with blockchain real estate construction, accounts for nearly 40% of greenhouse emissions, and Carbon Title's platform helps building owners, developers, and contractors to understand a building's CO2 emissions over time. purchase high-quality carbon credits and apply carbon credits to achieve verifiable carbon neutrality. Ripple has already partnered with leading carbon removal companies and carbon market makers. These include Carbon Cure Technologies, whose suite of technologies permanently store captured CO2 in concrete through carbon mineralization. Zange.com, a climate-focused fintech backed by the UN, which is building its carbon credit verification tokenization and exchange functionality on XRPL and Invert, a carbon offsetting company that sources and invests in high-quality carbon credit generation projects. So I'm glad that we were able to read this all together. And for anybody who stayed true to the end, make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Consider joining Tom's Army. Look in the video description below so that you can find out how to join me over on MEXC if you're in the USA, but also BitGet and UPHOLD. I love all three of them, and for the various reasons I've shared with you. But go to my video description below and it explains all three. It's a cool way to support the show. But if you've stayed true until the end and 26 minutes in, I'm going to go to the chart of XRP now. Not that anybody will see it, but if you have seen it, tell me at the end that you made it to the charts. So with XRP, what we're looking at right now, and when we talked about the earlier update, we were trading within a range of this uptrending support, downtrending resistance, and this ascending triangle. We're attempting a breakout as we speak right now. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hold here at a 46.74 retrace. If you get that retrace, that is where you could go long. And if you go long, what we're looking at in the perpetual futures chart, it gives you the perfect view. We're going to go long, and you would end up playing it all the way out here to about 51.85 would be that pattern resistance. A little easier to see in the 30-minute. But then if we go to the perpetual, let's see. Let's go to the USDT chart. This is still in the middle of a wedge, so not much we're going to see there. And then my XRP USD chart, we're right at this resistance point. This is when we go out to the grand pattern. This is my overtime from the beginning pattern. We need to break this resistance, otherwise we're going to be stuck in a zone. So make sure that we break this 47.119. That's a very critical area right now, 47.119. Make sure to hit that like button.